Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ben Wheeler, local real estate agent here in Balsam Lake. Today I am sitting with Al Nelson with CrossCountry Mortgage, and we're going to talk a little bit about some home buyer options when it comes to some grants or down payment assistance, right? Is that saying that right?
Correct.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
So the easy one we have at CrossCountry is CrossCountry for first-time home buyers. Income has to be under 80% of the median income for the county.
Okay.
And that, I think, for Polk County is your qualifying income who's qualifying for the house, $82,000 a year for the people on the loan.
Sure.
CrossCountry has a 2% grant. So if you're doing a 3% down payment conventional loan, we'll give you 2%. You don't sign anything for it. It's not a loan. It's a gift here from the lender.
So it's a grant from you, from the lender.
Yep.
So
it's a great program.
Then it turns into just a 1% down conventional.
1% down conventional. It's nice. There's other programs. They're all income driven. If you make too much money, you won't qualify.
And are a lot of those specifically for first-time home buyers?
Yes, they are for first-time home buyers. You have to be a first-time home buyer. And a first-time home buyer is a person that has not owned a house within the last 3 years.
That was my question. I was going to say, so what classifies a first-time home buyer? Like,
either you are first-time ever buying, or if you haven't owned a house for 3 years, you become a first-time home buyer.
So you can be a first-time home buyer more than once.
Yes.
But you have to have not held any real estate in the last 3 years.
36 months.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Besides income-driven, as far as meeting certain thresholds for income, are there any other criteria for that? Do you need a certain credit? Do you need money in the bank?
You have to qualify,
okay.
And credit's going to drive that. Debt to income ratios are going to drive that. That program with CrossCountry is for conventional loan only, not a government loan. So it has to be conventional.
Conventional loan, you're going to need probably a little better.
Typically a little better credit. Debt to income has to be in line.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the debt to income on conventional?
You can go up to 50.
Okay.
But you might not qualify. You better have really good credit and some assets then.
Well, so if you can qualify for basically a 3% down conventional, potentially if your income meets the criteria, then you could qualify for this 2%.
That 2% grant.
Okay.
And the other caveat to that is you cannot be putting down more than 5%.
Okay.
So if you did a 5% down, there's 3% and 5%. If you did a 5% down, we'll gift you 2%.
Okay.
But if you're doing 10% down, you don't qualify. So I've had people that wanted to do 10%. And I said, well, if you only do 5 and you qualify for it, I'll give you 2%.
So then they only have to have 3% down.
Yeah. And it's up to $4,000 max.
Okay.
So it's not, so a $200,000 loan, you can get up to $4,000. If it's $250,000, it's still only $4,000.
Okay. But still $4,000 towards your down payment is a big deal.
Free money.
Yeah. You might as well try to take advantage of it.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. There's other programs, WEDA.
Sure.
WEDA has grant money also. That also is income driven. They have
and that one's run through the state more so?
That is a state program.
Okay.
Yep. There's Minnesota Housing, and then Wisconsin is WEDA.
Okay. So those are income driven also
yeah.
And probably to go through the process with the state a little bit with that, or is it done through you guys?
Well, we do the program.
Okay.
We do it.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. But there's more work with that one being
the approval stuff has to come from a different source.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a bond loan underwritten different.
Okay. Interesting.
But great programs.
Anything else you want to say about the first time home buyer
there's
assistance going?
In a nutshell, that's about it. We covered it, I think. So
great.
Yep.
Well, if you have any other questions about that program or other down payment assistance programs, be sure to reach out to Al. I'll put some contact information in the description below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Take care.